Hi Pisces, thank you for clicking on this video and supporting ALL readings. I'm very excited for you for the collective today. Please understand this is a general reading, so with that being said, maybe not everything that's going to be shared on this table is meant for you, but instead it's meant for the collective. So I do recommend that you ask your spirit guides to be part of this read today, so that way you can discern what is really meant for you and what should really resonate with you and what you should leave on this table. So with that said, let's go ahead and jump in. We'll start with our energy. So Spirit, I ask that you come into these cards and show us exactly the energy that our amazing, wonderful, spiritual Pisces are feeling right now. What is this read going to be all about? What is the energy that we're seeing right now? Trust. So it says, I accept that my inner voice will always guide me correctly. Trust. So it sounds like we'll be trusting ourselves a little bit more in this read. So definitely looking forward to what that all means. Now we'll go into our angel number. So keep in mind with these angel numbers, they are your spirit guides trying to tell you a message. You may be seeing this number quite frequently, maybe while you're driving, while you're walking, on a billboard, at a grocery store. It really doesn't matter. But what you want to do when you do notice this number is realize where you're at and kind of check out your environment. But not only that, take a look at what you're feeling within yourself at that moment. So Spirit, show us exactly what synchronicity is our Pisces experiencing and will be seeing in their future. Oh, that kind of just flipped over. So wow. We'll go ahead and go with this one here, which is 555. It says change. So it says change happens outside your comfort zone. The time for change is now. The angels are whispering for you to trust your path and to learn how to walk it. Take the next steps. Allow change to lift you up and guide you forward. And your affirmation with this is, I release all that no longer serves me as I am guided to move outside my comfort zone and let change in, which really reminds me of trust. So trust and change, 555. If you've been seeing this number already, please leave in the comment. Would love to see how it resonates with you. And then also if you're going about your day and maybe in the next few days, you start to see 555 often, which is actually weird because before I started this video, it was at 555. So that's kind of crazy. But yeah, 555 is definitely a number for you to remember and keep strong with you in regards to change. So with that, let's go ahead and get into our spread. We will be doing a horseshoe spread today. So Spirit, I ask that you come into these cards and help Pisces understand what lessons they need to know, what will be going on inside their present, their future, their near and far, and what's the environment and their hopes and dreams. Help us identify that for our Pisces. For their past, for their present, their near future, who they are right now. Nice. What's going on in their environment? How about their hopes and dreams? And let's take a look at their future. I'll grab one more to kind of understand that even more, and one more extra with that too to help me really understand. Awesome. So let me go ahead and take a look here and see exactly what the cards and the spirits are really trying to have you understand of what's coming up in your future. Give me one moment. Okay, Pisces. So let's definitely talk about what we're seeing here. So let's start in the past. In the past, I did get the Lovers. And what the Lovers is really signifying to me is that in your past, you had a relationship that was kind of on the rocks at that time. And I think this is definitely a matter of your heart. And so were in this relationship that you were really unsure of. Maybe you guys had a really big falling out, a big heartbreak had happened during this time. And so what I'm seeing in the past is that you were kind of reuniting here, in essence, where you were becoming more harmonious inside this particular relationship. It felt like it was coming together quite nicely and really healing in a lot of aspects of it, but just really not there. I think there was a huge lack of trust and you were scared to make different changes or initiate or even see the change in the other person as well. And so as you can see in this card, they're almost holding hands, but they're not. There's still a gap there because there was some uncertainty that you still had where you were still kind of like thinking, should I be with this person? Should I not? Should I continue to give and not sure if I'm going to receive what I'm really looking for in a relationship? So I think there's a lot of kind of fear inside your past of if this relationship was work, and it kind of was having you stuck of figuring out, should I continue being in this relationship? Should I not? What should I be doing? So I definitely see that inside your past. Now going into your present, I did get the Two of Swords for really what your situation is, and then I got the Queen of Wands for who you are right now. So we'll talk first about the Two of Swords. So in regards to your present situation, what I definitely see here is that your past is kind of trickling into your present, most definitely. You're still at this crossroad, but now it's giving you a lot of more fear, a lot more anxiety. I think maybe you made a decision in your past and you're like, oh, was that even the right decision? Like, now I might have lost this person, and now you're kind of at odds with yourself. You're making this problem bigger than yourself, and I definitely feel as though you have a lot of anxiety over your relationship and the choice that you made, whether that was to stay with this person or to let them go. But I definitely see with this Two of Swords that you're still asking yourself these questions. You're still at a crossroad. You're still wondering what you should be doing and if you made the right decision, or what decision should you still be making if you're still in the situation itself. And so I definitely see that in your present. Now, talking about you being the actual Queen of Wands, what I see here is that it's time for you to become this Queen of Wands. You've been thinking for a long time. You've been trying to weigh it out. You're making your pros and cons list. You're like, okay, what should I be doing? You're doing too much planning, and it's time to take action. The Queen of Wands, she uses her intuition. She's a great manifester. So you know what you want. Like, you really know what you want from a relationship, and now it's time to just go out and do it. Whether that's breaking it off with your past and being like, hey, it's done, I need to move on. Or it's like, okay, I'm gonna be in this, I'm gonna be this in 100%, and I'm gonna have to trust my decision and trust the person I'm with and allow the change of whatever this will be. And so I definitely see you need to become more like this Queen of Wands, where you're more fiery, you're more like, just let's go do it. Like, I'm done planning, I've been manifesting, I already know what's ahead of me, let's go do it. And so it's time for you to make a decision, because you've been holding on this decision for a long time. And so it's really time for you to make a decision and go for it. Whatever decision it is, yes or no, you need to do it. Now, going inside your near future, and that's anywhere from now to about 5 months, I did get the Emperor. So what I see here is in the next few months, there's gonna be someone in your life that's really in their masculine, whether that's female, male, or whatever it might be, or whoever it might be. Nonetheless, you're gonna find someone that's really in their masculine energy. And there's someone that's really kind of taking your power, or at least you feel like they're taking away your power, when in essence, you're letting them have the power. Because they can only have power if you give it to them. And so in essence, you do have someone that's gonna be coming into your life where you need to stand up for yourself and take back your power that you have given to them, and then become the Emperor. I think there's a lot of becoming inside these cards that I'm seeing, because it's time for you to step into this Emperor status. You're gonna, in the present, you're gonna become this Queen of Wands, or, in essence, and then now it's time to even level up higher than that and become the Emperor, where you no longer give away your energy, you set boundaries, you accept and trust yourself and trust your decisions, because when an Emperor makes a decision, they make a decision, that's what it is. There's no but this, but that. It's like, I am the Emperor, what I say goes. And so that means you're setting these boundaries, you're keeping your boundaries, and you're really standing up for yourself, and you're calling back your power from this person. And yes, it might hurt, it might, bring a bit of pain to both you and this other person, but at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. You need to be your Emperor. It's time for you to step into that Emperor status, because it's within you this entire time. Don't think that any issue or any person is bigger than you, because there's nothing bigger than you. You make the decisions and choices in your life that's best for you. And it's time for a lot of change to take place, and it's time to really trust yourself and know that you hold all the power as well. And so then moving on, we'll definitely get into your environment, and I think this environment is what you're going to be seeing in your near future as well. But I did get the Hermit. And so with this particular card, what I'm really understanding is that you're going to be in this place of solitude, and don't be scared or like kind of nervous of being alone and in your own space, because it's really what you need right now. I definitely see that you're in this environment where there's kind of a lot going on inside your mind, and it's really time for you to kind of withdraw and again, isolate yourself, so that way you can really ask yourself these deeper questions, like, why am I here? Like, why, how did I get here? What are the choices that I made to get me here? It's all really understanding the bases and kind of the root causes of things, so that way you can heal from that, trust yourself, and move forward to that next step and that next level. And you'll see that when you go into this hermit mode, you're gonna see that you do level up, because there is a type of healing that comes with isolation, where you can sit down and really deep dive, because one, you have really nothing else to do, and two, it's time. It's like your soul's saying like you need to block out all these additional energies and focus on yourself and focus on what you really want, and then make the changes necessary. And remember to always trust yourself, because you always have the answers within yourself. You don't need to go seeking out answers and figuring out from other people. It's within you. And so that's what I'm definitely seeing with this Hermit, and what environment that you're in right now, or that you will be in soon. Now, the next thing I want to go into is kind of your hopes, fears, and dreams. And I did get in fears, I already said, but I did get the Devil. So what this is definitely showing me here, and don't be afraid of the Devil, it's just showing me that there is some temptations that you have. And so I think your fear is that you're going to fall into these temptations, and then they're going to give away your power again. Whether the temptation's another person, whether it's food or alcohol, I think for you it's more of this feeling of repeated patterns. I can definitely see that for you with this Devil card and these other cards, is that you're really fearful of going back into these certain patterns that you no longer want to be in. But what's great and what you need to remember to do is identify those patterns, so that way you can stop it. Because with temptation, the reason why we continue to fall into temptation, because sometimes we're not even seeing it as temptation. We're just seeing it as, oh, it's something that I want to do. But when you start to see it as, okay, this is a pattern, this is a cycle that's continuing in my life over and over again, it's time to make some type of change. It's time to make some type of new beginning for yourself, because if you keep doing the same exact thing, nothing will ever change. And I'm saying change a lot and trust a lot, which is weird, but it's really going with these cards and what I'm seeing, what Spirit is really telling me, because I think it is a time that you have to seek change. And really, when you're changing yourself, there's no one else to trust but yourself. So I definitely see with this Devil card is not to be afraid of it, but just remember that there will be temptation around you. And I know that that's your fear, is like falling into these similar patterns. But again, you're bigger than this. You're bigger than anything that's set before you. You're such a strong individual, Pisces. It's insane. Like, you're stronger than you can ever believe. And whatever you kind of think, oh, I'm this strong, you're stronger than that. So just never forget this, that, yeah, okay, there's gonna be some type of temptations in your life, but know that you're bigger than that, and that you are the one that gives the power to the person, gives the power to the drug, or gives the power to that pattern. So it's up to you to make that change for it, and that's gonna help you really level up. Like, it's time to grow. I see like a lot of growth, and they're like lessons you need to learn, because it's time for your growth. Like, it's another step. Like, we're always evolving, and I'm seeing you evolve here, but you have to learn these lessons. So then that kind of brings me over to your long-term future, and that's anywhere from 5 months to about 14 months. And what I got here is the Judgment. And then of course I did pull 2 additional cards, which was the Fool, as well as the Wheel of Fortune. So to really talk about the Judgment, because that's really the main kind of focal point of your long-term future, is that there's going to really be a spiritual awakening for you. Something's going to really rock your world, where you're like, you know what, it's time for me to really go within, and it's going to really open up you entirely in regards to your spirituality and what your truth is. And so with that being said, kind of looking at these additional cards, it's going to take a lot to just really open up. It's going to take a lot for you to really change. And this is kind of like your Hail Mary kind of spiritual awakening, where it's like, okay, I'm seeing it for what it is. I'm going to be honest with myself and honest with everyone around me, and I know what I need for this spiritual awakening, and you're welcoming it in. As you can see, these people down here, you know, she's giving Judgment, and they're welcoming it. They're like, yes, I'm honest with myself. I finally know what I really want, and I can receive it. Like, it's time for a big change going on in your life. And you're going to see it in the long-term future, that it's going to really change your perspective, and you're going to really be open to this. But getting these additional 2 cards, which is the Fool and the Wheel of Fortune, having the Fool with this card, it definitely shows me that it's going to be a new beginning for you. And it's going to be something that is, this spiritual awakening is going to be something that really opens your eyes to a new thing that you can be doing, or a new idea, a new inspiration. It's going to bring forth something new for you, where it's going to be feeling kind of risky, like, okay, I'm changing my entire perspective. Like, this is risky for all my other morals or all my other thoughts that I have, but it's like, it's time. It's your soul saying, you've been building up to this, and it's time to leap. It's time to change. It's time to move forward. and that you really need to trust yourself, because with the Fool, people are going to tell you, oh, that's what you think, that's crazy, oh, that's not true, and they're all giving you these ideas and telling you what you should and should be doing. But in actuality, you always have to go within, because everything is within yourself. And so then getting the Wheel of Fortune on top of these other two cards, it really signified to me that this is part of your destiny. The spiritual awakening and everything that you've actually been through in your past and present, it's all part of your destiny, and all of it's going to bring you the fortune within yourself that you're looking for. But yeah, there's going to be some tough times. Yeah, there's going to be times you have to go into solitude. There's going to be times you have to break patterns. There's going to be times where you have to make hard choices, but it's all going to be for your good. And yeah, it's going to hurt, and it's going to be hard, and it's going to be, roadblocks here and there, but it's all part of your destiny, and it's all meant for you to have this beautiful awakening that your soul is craving, Pisces. It's craving it. So that's definitely what I have for you in regards to your read today, Pisces. Now, before I let you go, I definitely want to just do a quick yes or no question for you here. So I do have the decision maker out in front of me where you can ask a question. It can be answered by never, always, yes, no, or maybe. So of course, with our decision maker, I always say that there's a thing called free choice and free will. So just because you don't go with the decision of the decision maker doesn't mean it's the wrong decision. It just means that maybe there'll be a new path that you'll be going down to or going to that will kind of bring up a different outcome for you. But of course, again, you have the answers within yourself. So this is going to be more so an affirmation and helping you realize what you should be doing, rather, whatever the answer is. So with that being said, I'll give you 5 more seconds, and that's 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And Spirit, show us exactly what answer and decision should be made here. So the answer is actually always. If it was no, be directly on the no. So with that being said, if you're like, okay, well, that doesn't really answer my question, I think it's saying you should always go the direction of your heart. And when I say that, you're like, okay, that's so general. But at the end of the day, from your read, it's really you have all the answers within yourself. And so if you're thinking always like, okay, should I be going to school? Well, you always should be learning something. It's always something. So kind of take it and see how it really resonates with you. But the answer for this would be always. So with that being said, my Pisces, I want to again thank you so much for clicking on this video, showing your support. I would love if you go ahead and like, subscribe, share this video, and also ring that bell button so you can be notified whenever I post a new video for all the Pisces collectives here. But with that being said, I just again want to thank you. Know that you are loved, know that you are valued, and I will definitely see you next time. Bye, Pisces.